Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another day of Alpha Pro Series. Today we have two players that are kind of climbing up on those rankings. Hurricane and Dream, both of them fantastic players to watch, fantastic players to see. We're lucky enough to have them today here with us. And they are ready to go, I believe. At least they are in the lobby. Alright. Just realized I had to tell them about the rules as well still. Alright, we're looking like we are gonna get going here. It is indeed live, yes. We are very much live. These players are in the lobby here with me right now, and we're looking at some beautiful games between them, hopefully. Let's see what happens with them. Mr. Hurricane and Mr. Dream himself. It was a bit of a scramble. I hope I didn't forget anything here this morning. I think I'm okay. Luckily, Sushi was helping me out behind the scenes as well. Big thanks to him. Sending out all the messages on all the Discords and everything. Hopefully everybody got updated about it. Alright, here we go. Game number 1. If not, then make sure to tell your friends as well to tag along with this great series, of course. Let's start. Let's kick things off on Triton. It is the red Terran player in the bottom right side of the map. He is a Dream. And in the top left, we have the blue Protoss player. A very, very strong opponent indeed as well. He is Hurricane. Alright. Things are looking rather standard so far. Nothing immediately being put across the map here. A nice way to start things off today. Triton, I like to start things off on Triton as well. The way we do these Best of 9 Pro series is that the caster actually gets to pick the first map, and then we go from loser pick from there. Whenever I get to pick the map, I always try to pick a map that is somewhat kind of okay balance-wise. Doesn't give too much of an advantage to either of these players or either of the races. And I believe Triton has kind of become my go-to. And the other maps, I'm kind of scared to still pick the other maps in case some of these players do still feel very uncomfortable on them, and I'm just not aware, of course. It's probably going to take me a little bit before really fully realizing which one of those maps is, well, preferred by all these pro players. Alright. Hurricane already having put his Nexus down. Dream going for the same now, in the form of that command center, of course. Sending 2 SCVs after this probe. I don't know. Just building a factory. Alright. Still waking up a little bit here. Alright. Let's see. Stalkers on the way as well. Not going for the sentry at the start. Sometimes you see people do that as the Protoss, of course. That way they will have that hallucination to rely upon. I guess Blinkstalkers kind of can have a similar map presence. It's a little bit more tricky to get in the base. Alright, Stargate. That's why he is skipping the sentry, of course. Does kind of do the same thing as an hallucinated Phoenix, but then it's much better because it can actually shoot. If it is going to be that Oracle, of course. I'm assuming it will be starports on the way as well. Looks like Dream is going to go for a Hellion drop here. Hellion drop, you know what, I'm gonna have to wait and see what Hurricane is going to make out of that Stargate, because if it is going to be a Phoenix, he might be okay against this quite heavily so, but you know what, it's gonna be an Oracle, and I could have guessed because of this waypoint. Actually, the waypoint, I thought it would go further along the map, but all good, all good. Oh, I need to get my hand on the off the mouse here. Camera controls. Anyway. Alright. Hellions versus the Oracle drop. It's kind of like both of the players trying to set fire to the enemy base in their back line, and then let's just see who will be able to get the most fire set in in their opponent's base. Who will lose the most workers? Who's going to be in time with those pull-aways? Actually, a couple of Widowmines following this up as well immediately afterwards. So might be going to see a Widowmine drop here afterwards. And there is the Phoenix. The Phoenix, of course, though, not incredibly great. Oh, trying to block off with a pylon, not managing to do so. Looks like that is, you know what, that's quite a bit of damage already. 7 probes, 8 probes, there we go. 9 will be the magic number here for Dream. And even going into the natural here as well with this Reaper, being able to pick off another one. Another probe going down there. Getting, of course, a full scout off this base already. He knows that it's Stargate, of course, but still nice to have this go in. Oh my dear lord, is there a way? There is a way, another way in, and unfortunately there's no probes that are low HP anymore, so not going to be able to do any more damage. Maybe a little bit too ambitious, but have to admire Dream. He does have a dream indeed, and it's to kill the enemy worker line with just a 1 low HP Hellion here. As he is setting up his defenses now, making that bunker, getting his Widowmine spread out, trying to be ready for the Stargate units, of course. Ooh, nice hidden one over here. Hurricane did spot it in time, though, seeing that little orange line, being able to pull away in time. But yeah, nice spread of all those Widowmines, of course. There's 7 Widowmines in total, actually. There's one over here as well. And another one over here. Yeah, they are absolutely everywhere. So should be okay pretty much against anything trying to fly in. The Oracle with the Phoenixes, though, might be able to lift some of them up. But then again, if he does, he will be able to see it if he does use Revelation, of course. So he shouldn't really fly into anything here, but you know what? Those Widowmines, if you have this many of them absolutely everywhere, it could still happen. Lifting it up. Oh, nice. There we go. First successful dismantling there of the Widowmine defense. Still a long way to go before he can actually enter that mineral line. Yeah, Robotics Bay also having been constructed here. Twilight Council on the way as well. Yeah, Hurricane is kind of just getting quite a lot of everything, as Dream looks like he's just going to go for a 2-base attack here. Kind of curious to see if Hurricane will manage to assemble some sort of an army that will be able to deal with this army of Dream, because he's getting a lot of technologies. He's still getting, let me see, did he only get a single forge? Right, he got only a single forge. That will help him out, of course, but he also lost 12 workers quite early in the game, of course. We'll have to remember this. It's going to come down to Dream, his control of this next oncoming attack. Setting up, here we go. Stimming a couple of units forwards, trying to clear out that watchtower. Is he going to let the rest of them stay here? No? Alright. Just going for it straight ahead. Does get the kill on the Adept as well. It's 68 army supplies versus 37, and a lot of that is in the Phoenixes. The Phoenixes, I mean, they're pretty good against the Widowmines, but other than that, they don't do a lot against the Marauders or the Marines. Not that efficient, although there's only 8 Marauders though, so lifting up a couple of those could still be quite detrimental in gaining victory here. There is one Colossus as well. So Dream is definitely going to need pretty much everything of his army here. Actually, that's still quite a scary army for Protoss, but I mean, if Dream manages to get on top of that Colossus, might still be able to get something done. Just gonna lift up, here we go, into the main base, it looks like. There's a couple of Blink Stalkers waiting though, so it's not gonna be the greatest choice here. Oh, the Colossus, okay. Adjusting that bad movement point there for very quickly for Hurricane. And Dream not overcommitting yet. I still feel like he would want to do a little bit damage, a little bit of a follow-up damage here after having dealt quite a bit of economic damage. Hurricane's quick 3rd base and quick attacks seemingly still putting him on the right track to gain a victory here over this quite heavy push. But yeah, Dream just ramping up a little bit more, being able to get in a reasonable position, but Needs to burrow a couple more of those Widow Mines before he actually does go in. The Medivacs are still here as well. He's just trying to bait those Stalkers from the main base into this location. As soon as he sees them over here, he might try to go in, but ooh, seeing the Phoenix is there as well. Another way to scare away those Medivacs. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Dream will really be able to get much of anything done here. The nice thing is that he's playing very, very safe. He's not going anywhere where he shouldn't be at this time. And not taking too much of the losses here. Oh my god, he found a way in. There's the full Medivacs now dropping in. I'm not even sure if I like this anymore. I guess a little bit of denied mining time, but it's going to be very difficult to get out of here and still trade efficiently. I guess the buildings are working against Hurricane, and you know what? He's getting reasonable trades here. As Hurricane, though, is just going to go straight for it. He realizes that there's quite a lot in his main base. Maybe he can make something happen on the other side of the map. The Zealots, though, in combination with those Phoenixes, are going to be able to deal with this for now. And you know what? Dream still had more than enough to really deal with this. Oh, this is nice. A couple more workers being killed here. 4 more workers. That's quite nice. And splitting up the Medivacs now as well here. 2 of them going to the left, some of them on the right side. Very, very well played there. I have to say, once again, from Dream. Hurricane, he had all the answers there, really, didn't he? He had the Phoenixes, he had the Blink Stalkers, absolutely everything, but just one brief moment of where he didn't pay attention, and, well, there was the army of Dream. Playing it quite safe, playing it quite slow, but definitely paid off for him in this case. Just building a couple of Vikings now as well. There are disruptors being created now as well, though, and the Templar Archives is also on the way. There's already ghosts out, though. The ghosts are going to be quite effective, of course, against this army composition here, especially if it's not spread out at all. And the Bio is still managing to do quite a bit. There's still a couple of Vikings helping against those Colossi, but here comes the Disruptor. This needs to get a good hit. Doesn't really get it, though, and it looks like Dream is just going to be able to stampede over the forces of Hurricane here. Oh, the quick Zealot warp in. Will it be enough? It's still buying quite a lot of time, but GG is called. And Dream with some magnificent patient play there, not overextending at all, and slowly disassembling his opponent there. Very well played by him. So that is 1-0 to full Dream right now. Of course, that was off the back of getting quite a couple of good connections with those Hellions, being able to do quite a bit of damage there. And yeah, well played by Dream indeed. Let me leave the arcade lobby here because, oh my god, Korean lobbies are spamming quite a lot. Hurricane wants to play Eternal Empire. Alright, let's get this one loaded up. And then we will be able to set them up playing this one. One moment, guys. Get both these players in again. Of course, there is a Matcherino page as well, guys. There is a Matcherino page. The code and everything should be just to the that side above the chat. I'm gonna try and see if this is set up correctly. Is it? Yeah, it's black, isn't it? It's not good. That's not good at all. Alright, I guess that didn't work. Alright, anyway, yeah, you can go to the Matcherino page, copy that code, and help us get these players a little bit of extra prize pool. And also, of course, these events that would not be possible without sponsors such as GameStop. They are an absolutely amazing company that helps out esports a lot. They're even making these pro training series, which are videos basically that use pro level insights and expertise from professional teams to make these kind of tutorial-esque videos for Fortnite, Overwatch, Call of Duty and PUBG. And even more on the way, so go check them out if you're interested in those types of things, or if you just want to give them another hit on the website. It's gamestop.com/esports. That's gamestop.com/esports. Absolutely wonderful. Okay. Okay, checking to see if both players are ready still. And we will get into game number 2. Game number 2, starting up. Getting things ready. I still feel very tired. I don't know if it's noticeable, but oh well. Anyway. It's a little bit in the morning here. Of course, for these players, it is probably getting towards 6 p.m. Maybe 7? Something like that. Anyway, doesn't matter too much. That's the wrong person. There we go. Alright. In the top right side of the map, we have the red Protoss player. Now, one game behind. Will he change up his strategy? Or will he be succumb to what is marching across the map right now? He is Hurricane. And, yeah. Well, it's the blue Terran that is going to be on the top left and the bottom left side of the map, it looks like. He is known as Dream. The blue Terran player. One game ahead right now. It kind of in a safe space. Looking to do a little bit of a cheeky build here, it seems. The barracks on the other side of the map. 2 refineries being taken here as well. Oh my god, is it gonna get scouted? It's gonna get scouted quite early on here. It's only one singular barracks though, which might still throw Hurricane off a little bit here. But yeah, this barracks needs to get completed though for Dream. Dream is in a lot of trouble actually. The probe looks like he will be able to get this denial. Oh, the SCV is trying so hard. He's so desperate to get this up and rolling, but it's going to be quite a significant delay. No other SCVs are being pulled. And there's the cancel. So Nexus is on the way now for Hurricane. He's got to feel very comfortable about this one. And Dream just kind of went for much less of a gas-intensive opening now. Might still be able to get something done, of course, with those double gas. It's going to be difficult, though, of course, as the barracks timing is so incredibly late. Anything else of a follow-up that he wants to do behind this is going to be delayed quite a bit as well. And Hurricane now adding a little bit of aggression of his own. A single pylon, ooh, quickly with the supply depot there. A quick draw, throwing that supply depot out of his pocket. And the cancel on the pylon. Maybe he wanted to try and get a couple of units there. I don't even know exactly what he was planning to do. Maybe if the probably was just trying to see if there was a expansion on that low ground. As soon as he saw there wasn't, he wasn't feeling very confident in ramping up the aggression here. I'm assuming. I feel like that must have been going through his head. Dream though, you know, that's pretty smart. He put the command center a little bit further away, outside of the vision range of anything poking up this ramp. So leaving Hurricane in the dark there, making him guess a little bit and maybe prep for some sort of a one-base attack still. Might still be some sort of a follow-up, of course. The factory on the way is going to be able to start a very quick starport here as well, but he's going to need a couple of units to help out, of course. Looks like those Marines will be perfectly on time to help out with this situation. So yeah, second adept on the way as well. 3 more gateways being thrown down. Hurricane must realize that there is something like this coming his way now. And, well, what I mean to say is the the command center. It's not really coming his way. I suppose a little bit, but not that much. But there he is. The hallucinated Oracle is going to be able to figure everything out here. Sees the timing of the starport. And, the factory as well. Now the adepts are going to be able to see that there is in fact an expansion. Ooh, lifting the supply depot. No, actually not lifting the supply depot here. may have wanted them to get inside so he could deal with them, but I mean, I saw him selecting the supply depot. I'm not sure if that was like a misclick, not lifting it up in time, or if that was intentional, not lifting it up. Very well could have been. I mean, he did have the Cyclone, he did have a couple of Marines there to help remedy this situation, and 2 Adepts isn't as bad against Terran, of course, as it is against Protoss or Zerg. But anyway, we do have a little bit of a scuffle here. I'm not sure if Hurricane really has the forces to deal with this. Oh, a nice lock on to the War Prism. Ah, the scan wasn't in time, though. Not able to finish that one off. The Cyclone getting a little bit too far forwards here. The siege tank is on the way, but that's still quite a lot of gateway forces. Her Dream is trying to deal with this before they, well, grow too much in size. The Viking is going to go down as well. That would have been quite nice to help out against that War Prism. Now, not able really to do that anymore. Nice elevator into the main base. SCVs are going to have to be pulled here. The Cyclone, another good look onto that War Prism, but the War Prism again escaping. And there will be a warp in here in the main base of Dream. Dream really trying here. He has the siege tank. He needs to get on top of the repairs there. Looks like he will be relatively okay. I'd say relatively. I mean, he did still lose quite a significant amount of workers here. 28 workers versus 43. I think Hurricane just put himself in a very comfortable position for this game. And there we see it, responding immediately, going for the double forge and getting further ahead, a 3rd base added as well. Just being as greedy as he can be right now. You know what, he can definitely get away with this one. Now, the siege tank making life a little bit more difficult, of course. He's not going to be able to really finish off this game right here, right now, but I don't think he necessarily has to. Although there are 3 command centers for Dream, so yeah, I mean, mules are pretty good. I'm not sure if they're that good, though. Let's take a look at what will happen. Actually, Hurricane's still coming in here. No, just dealing with the supply depot. Nice little bit of micro here, picking off whatever he can on the side of the bases. Yeah, very well done. Templar Archives on the way as well. Charge on the way here. And more gateways being added. I think Hurricane just wants to keep a force up and rolling. That will be able to deny Dream his 3rd base location here for a while. Is my my first instinct here. As I see them trying to fight here. He's doing alright so far. Another Immortal marching across the map. The Observer did get taken out. Ooh, this would be a nice pickup, but unfortunately for Dream, the Stalkers did get in between of them and their prey. Vikings still looking for it though. Maybe trying to get some sort of a nice pick of that on those War Prisoners. That would be rather lovely. That would definitely slow any type of aggression down for Hurricane by quite a bit. We'd have to start retreating with his units here. And now with those High Templar here out on the field as well. I don't think Dream really has a Ghost Academy yet. No, he doesn't. So, with 4 storms in the bank here for Hurricane, at least at minimum, that's going to be extremely difficult for Dream to deal with. He does have the siege tanks, but even the siege tanks are going to be difficult to really secure this 3rd base location with this amount of Immortals and Stalkers just being able to shoot away from a distance. And every time he tries to get close with his Bio Ball, a single storm, he doesn't even have combat shield yet, guys. That storm is gonna tear him absolutely apart. More Zealots in the War Prism. He's gonna go for a secondary attack in the main base. Absolute great choice here for Hurricane. Just setting up on this base. Kind of posturing on this side of the map, and then all of a sudden Zealots in the main base. And yeah, that's going to be quite difficult, of course, for Dream to deal with. And as soon as he pulls away his Bioforces from the main front, yeah, Hurricane just crushes absolutely everything. GG for Hurricane there, being able to do the initial damage and being able to take away the 2nd game here. Going up 1-1 now in score. Well done by these two players. Going up tit for tat so far. And yeah, game number 3 on the way. Let's take a look at what Dream wants to play on. Am I going to learn any type of map that he would prefer here? Let me see. What map would Dream pick? Which map? Is he going to pick a new map? Is he going to pick Ephemeron? Or is he going to pick... I don't know, maybe Zen. Zen, I think, is a pretty good map for Terra now as well. Alright. Dream picks Zen. Actually, he is going to pick Zen. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool indeed. Alright, let me put myself here in the referee slot. Get these two players inside my lobby. Everything set up correctly. Alright, game number 3 is going to be on the way here. Very, very shortly. I hope all of you have been adjusted to the time zone. Alright. Dream is ready to roll. And so is Hurricane. Alright. Good luck, good luck. Have fun, have fun. Let's see if they can bring us another great game here. You know what, so far, kind of both these games being a little bit perhaps decided upon in the earlier parts of the game. I wasn't that sure about Dream when he dealt the initial damage, honestly. It still felt like Hurricane was able to, here and there, maybe make something happen. The secondary drop, if he caught that secondary drop as well, he definitely still would have had all the cards that he needed to really make something happen there. And after that, though, Hurricane, when he did that incredible amount of damage and just denying Dream his barracks as well, of course. I suppose that was the bigger thing to take away from that map, where Dream got scouted with his barracks play. And looks like he's just going to do it again. Alright, let's quickly introduce these players. In the top right side, we have the blue Protoss player. He is Hurricane. And his opponent here in the bottom left side, he is the red Terran. He is Dream. This time around, a very scary place to proxy, of course. It looks like it's going to be the exact same build order this time. This time, of course, it is a little bit more difficult for Hurricane to scout this, as there is quite a long distance for him to walk before he can actually see this barracks over here. But look at that, the probe going across the map here, checking it that way around, and that is some smart play. Realizing that the same thing most likely is coming his way here. Although I'm not even sure if you realized that was a very quick 2 gas previously as well. I'm not even sure if you... Do you really need to 2 gas for the Reaper here? He still has 3 guys on gas on both of these, so I'm kind of interested to see what the follow-up is here. Maybe some sort of quick factory or starport tech as well. Gonna have to wait and see. Wow, Hurricane is still gonna go for the quick expand here. It looks like, or at least he's attempting to do so. Dream making it difficult for him to do so, but you know what? If I'm gonna be this aggressive with the double gas off of 1 base and the proxy barracks, I wouldn't mind as much if my opponent is gonna invest 400 minerals into a Nexus here. There's the Reaper, already 2 workers going down. Another one is definitely gonna hit the ground here. The Stalker is almost out. There it is. Okay, the Reaper now on a clock. He needs to get out of there. Ooh, one more shot from the Stalker, and he does manage to get it. Oh, a nice takedown, but 4 workers do pay the price. 1 in the base of Dream though. And Dream looks like he is gonna follow this up with a quick command center nonetheless. He did pull his workers off gas there at one moment in time, but we're gonna have to wait and see. I kind of expected a quicker starport's follow-up behind this. But instead, just the Widow Mines. It looks like it's just very standard stuff, but then trying to get everything a little bit quicker than you would normally expect it to hit for the Protoss player here. I would imagine those Widow Mines and Medevacs also still being there a little bit earlier than you would expect. There's a Widow Mine trying to get that stock to chase the Reaper here. Again, though, that is quite far away. Might take a little bit before Hurricane feels comfortable enough to move that far out of his base. Even trying to boop him a little bit closer, right? Attempt number 3. Put it a little bit closer still. Come on. Come on, you know you want to. It's kind of a weird battle where they're just trading health that's going to be regenerated with shield, which is going to be regenerated as well. Now with this, oh, the sentry there as well. Nice pick off. There we go. Stalker being annihilated. And the medevac on the way to help out that second Widow Mine. New Stalker being warped in. That's going to make it a little bit more difficult for Hurricane, of course, to really deal with this. And now even pulling the Stalkers and the sentry further away from the base. Ooh, that was very smart actually for Hurricane. Already looking on the right side here. Checking to see where the Widow Mine went. And as soon as he realized it's not on the right there, I don't even know if he really expected it to come through the medevac here. The medevac is going to come in. There is still quite a scary force though for Hurricane coming across the map with that War Prism. How many gateways does he have? He only has 3 right now. So probably not an all-in, but definitely something that could do quite a bit of damage as, you know what, Dream doesn't really have anything at home. The Widow Mines need to start going in and dealing a lot of damage here. There's already a Stalker ready to help out. Yeah, this is quite the scary push for Dream here. Doesn't want to lose the siege tanks. SCVs already repairing immediately, which is very nice. The second siege tank, okay, you should have enough here. One siege tank does fall. The second one is going to fall as well, though. More zealots being warped in. This is quite difficult now for Dream, actually. The buildings are kind of helping. Oh, my dear lord. That is so many SCVs going down here. And only 2 workers for the Protoss so far, right? The Widow Mine drop coming in. This has to do an incredible amount of damage. And, you know what? Even this 14 workers killed, I don't think is going to be enough here to really tie this entire thing up again. As there are still Stalkers in the main base of Dream. You're still going to have to sacrifice more workers really to deal with this situation. Alright, here it is, and a recall. Okay, so finally being able to deal with this. But yeah, taking an incredible amount of damage there. Luckily for him, he did manage to do a little bit of damage of his own. 24 workers versus 27 right now, but still 28 workers in total versus 13. That is quite a crazy amount. Oh, killing off a Stalker there. That's a nice pickup. Getting out of that as well. So still managing to do a little bit of damage here and there. But, yeah, this is a very, very sticky situation for Dream, I'd say. Those Stalkers just did quite a bit of damage. And, of course, Hurricane was just a lot quicker with that expansion. Very calm and collected and realizing, you know what, you might be proxying stuff on my side of the map, but I can probably still get away quite easily with just going for the quick Nexus here. More Widow Mine damage. He needs to stay active with these Widow Mines. Needs to keep the aggression on Hurricane's side of the map as much as possible. Oh, a Dark Shrine is going to be created here. Where is it? It's not here, is it? Where? Click, click. There it is. Oh, it's actually here. Wow. Using the War Prism. Oh my god, please see this. Please see it. Oh, yes, he does. Alright, he clicks on it. So that is a big boon for Dream here, realizing that there is a Dark Shrine on the way. Wow, Hurricane trying so hard to hide this from that medevac that's flying around in his base and then still just being flown over. Very unfortunate. Maybe a little bit further to the top here would have been a better choice, but then again, you kind of expect the medevacs to fly over there as well. Although I suppose without the blink, all the phoenixes, there's less of a reason for the Medivacs to use the utmost corners of the map. Although then again, he's doing it on this side, so I don't even know anymore. That was quite lucky for Dream there. Now the War Prism in the bottom left, it's kind of at the 9 o'clock location. Ooh, a nice timed drop here, right on top of the mineral line, killing off a couple of those workers already. Needs to get out of there though. Is he gonna just leave these Marines? No, he isn't. Okay, and now at the same time coming in with the Widow Mines in the main base once again. Hurricane not paying attention. This is gonna do quite a bit of damage once more. 13 more workers going down. Dream definitely finding himself getting back into this game a little bit here. Now 2 Dark Templars though, trying to achieve the same amount of damage most likely. But, yeah, already being sniffed out here by Dream. He didn't make any type of Raven. He didn't make... Okay, there is 1 missile turret here. Is that the only one? Oh, no, there's another one here. Okay. Very good, very good. So he did actually prep for this. He's not just saving up scans, trying to deal with it that way. That is still something that could backfire quite a bit. But, looking at the army supply, 37 versus 43. I don't think an Archon can go through here, can he? No, he can't, and that is why he's moving across this side of the map. He's, oh my god, Dream going straight for the picking off the army units here. That kind of was straggling around this location. Dark Shrine being picked off. Nice position on that siege tanks, and here we go, a big fight coming in. The siege tank though already a little bit exposed. And the Widow Mine as well, not being able to really do anything here, but I think that Dream will be able to hold off against this as long as he keeps microing backwards. He's in a pretty good position here, especially above the ramp. On top of the ramp is going to be able to pick off 3 more Zealots, it looks like. He's a little bit overstimmed now though, and now it's going to get very dicey very quickly. The Medivacs, not that much energy remaining. I'm not sure if he should have gone down that road. Oh my dear lord, if only he stayed on top of that ramp now and just waited for Hurricane to push into him. I think that would have been a lot safer of a choice there. Just let those Medivacs heal him up a little bit longer and he would have been in an incredible spot there. Now it's looking even more dangerous than it was just now. He's adding on a Ghost Academy, trying to deal with these Archons. But yeah, this is quite a scary moment in time, of course. Really good force fields as well, continuously from Hurricane. Can Hurricane break this though? He's moving a little bit back and forth now, so I feel like Dream is kind of doing it for now. Oh, but those force fields, absolutely magnificent. And you know what? That is going to be it, I think, actually. Hurricane, is he going to be able to break Dream here? It's getting so incredibly close. The army supply is dwindling for Dream. He used to be ahead. Now he's just behind. There's no other way to put this. Making use of his supply depots here against those Zealots. Trying his best. More Widow Mines are being burrowed, but oh my dear lord. There is so much damage being taken now again by Dream. 20 workers being killed off as he's only on the 2 base as well. Trying to land his orbital once more. Alright, here we go. There's this Liberator now on the field. If he holds off here, he's still in a pretty good spot. The worker count still fairly equal. As Hurricane never went to create a 3rd base. He never really increased his own worker count either. He's just all in here. He wants to break Dream's back. He's trying so incredibly desperately. And now going for the Archon drop. Forcing the army of Dream out of position. And now this is going to be his time to start pushing in here. Oh, Dream, can he control 2 sites at the same time? This is going to be very difficult, of course. He is trying his utmost best. Can he still hold on? The Liberator got taken out. The Ghosts look like they have cleaned up the main base. But, ooh, the force field actually missing a little bit here. Good EMPs on top of the army of Hurricane. There's still 5 Medivacs. They're completely out of energy, though. And, you know what, Dream actually holds, but he did take even more damage than he did previously. And I feel like Hurricane is definitely in a position where he can just throw down that 3rd Nexus and be pretty okay against 15 workers for his 33 workers. Yeah, that is looking rather dangerous now. Dream is gonna attempt a attack here of his own. The Liberator did get scouted out. Is though okay? No, Blink is available, so that is gonna survive for now. But the Bioforces looking like they want to attempt to do something here. Another reasonable force field, but I'm not sure if he's doing this on purpose, leaving a singular gap here, or if he's just missing them here slightly. Oh, a medevac getting taken down, I believe. A single Marine being dropped in front of everything here. And this is getting kind of close. A lot of Marauders here not really doing anything. Dream needs to get inside of this base. Alright, there we go. He's trading out against mostly Stalkers now. He's making it work. It looks like just barely hanging in there with a small patch of Marine Marauder. And now in come the reinforcements. Dream may have tried his best here, but you know what? That attack, oh my god, it backfired in the end. GG is called. Dream somehow, some way managing to get back over across the map and killing off the small, tiny amount of forces that Hurricane actually had. Kind of a final call that he was able to make there. I don't think he would have been able to do much else in that sense. Very, very well played there by Dream. I have to commend him for that one. An insane series. He was behind in workers for pretty much that entire game. And you know what? He managed to do quite a bit of economic damage of his own. An absolutely stunning display of skill there. Alright, let's see what Hurricane will be deciding to play on next as a map. Oh, that was a good one. That was a tight, close call, actually. I honestly thought I was going to go both games a couple of times. Crazy one, eh? That was something else. Ephemeron will be the map choice for Hurricane here. That is kind of interesting. I guess with the force fields, the bridges are pretty good for him as well here. Alright. Let's get both of these players in. Of course, guys, remember there is a Matcherino code. It's right over there, just above the chat. If you feel like these guys deserve a little bit of extra green for their games, go over there, grab the code with you as well, log in, and make sure you show them some of your love and appreciation. They definitely deserve it. Also, of course, remember, guys, these events would not be possible without our sponsors. And one of those sponsors I will briefly talk about right now. It's 24 Hour Fitness. They have been busy helping people for over 30 years, helping them achieve whatever fitness goals they may have, and they've been doing that with much dedication. They have in the US only over 430 locations, 436 to be precise, and they are fully equipped with weights, cardio machines, studio classes, and awesome personal trainers ready to help you out with whatever you need. So go check them out, guys. They support esports, so we should support them as well. And support our own body at the same time while we're doing it. Anyway, in the bottom right side of the map, here we go. He is the red Terran player. This time around, not gonna go for that proxy play. He is Dream. And his opponent in the top left, it's the blue Protoss. He has been fighting valiantly, gaining one map so far, but one map behind in total. Still has a long way to go, of course, though. He is Hurricane. Hurricane still needs to get 4 points on the board. Dream only needs to get 3. It's still quite a significant amount, of course, though, so I guess both of these players are still feeling kind of okay to try and do some cheeky strategy here, I would say. Maybe Dream feels that a little bit more so than Hurricane overall, but you know what? I still believe that Hurricane is in a position where he should be able to pull some weird stuff here. The Dark Shrine was definitely an interesting call previously around. He never really managed to do that damage, of course, with that Dark Shrine. We have to remember that somehow, some way, the medevac just miraculously pathing its way across that and being able to scout out what was happening there. as we are looking at these players. Just doing a little worker dance here. A worker dance. I should be consistent in my pronunciation, although I am a Dutch person after all, so I can jump back and forth between multiple ways of the English language. I should try to incorporate Australian as well here and there, but so far it hasn't been achieved yet. I'm not even gonna attempt to, because it will make everybody immediately close down the stream. Anyway, Stalker first again here for Hurricane. Is he going to throw down that Stargate once again? That's the question for me. It looks like it is kind of his play in these situations. Yep, alright, Stargate being thrown down here. Hurricane immediately going for that air army once again. And you know, at previous time, I believe, what was the game that he won again? I believe it was on... It was on... Oh, right, yeah, it was because he scouted Dream's proxy. And then he was just able to keep up the aggression and not allow Dream to really expand to a third base. And not take any damage himself either. That was the game that he managed to win here. Dream not allowing Hurricane to get away with that this time around. And wonderful stuff happening so far. But yeah, it feels like Dream having a little bit of an upper hand here. Definitely feeling, at least to me, that he, so far he's been holding Hurricane by the nose. And leading him across the entire series so far. Except for the one time where his rush kind of failed. And now he's just deciding not to do any type of a rush. Just going to go for quite a standard Marine Widow Mine opening with the Medevac. Most likely we are going to still see those Medevac drops with the Widow Mines here. The Widow Mines in front. Alright, there we go. Are going to get picked up. So this Oracle actually, I don't think there's anything here. There's no Widow Mines here. None at all whatsoever. The Marines are in the natural base as well. So these works are going to have to be pulled away. Quite a bit of lost mining time here already. 2 workers going down. Wants to get a couple more though. And there he is. 3 workers. It's respectable. Actually going right on top of the Marines as well. Very ballsy. Oh, wants to get that last final SCV. Trading a little bit of HP there. And you know what? The Widow Mines, a good reaction as well. Hurricane has woken up, it appears. This Reaper though, somehow, someway, getting inside the main base and almost killing off 2 workers here. Oh, he is going to get 2 workers actually. That is quite nice for a Reaper to still get 2 kills in this state of the game now. But still, I suppose 4 to 4 workers being killed here. And with 2 Oracles on the map, it's looking... okay, well, no, never mind. There is a Cyclone now out on the field, so... And a Viking too. Dream is not messing around against these Oracles. He doesn't want to take any chances here. The Medevac coming in once again. Oh, my dear lord. I don't think this is going to be able to do much. Hurricane already fully aware, pulling away. The Phoenix on top of it as well. Ooh, retargeting here. Still getting 2 workers. Even though the other one was lifted up by the Phoenix. So, you know what? I think that's pretty much everything Dream could ask in that situation. Look at that. Even being able to get out with that Medevac because the Phoenix did decide to lift up the Widow Mine there. Trying to mitigate damage, but still losing the 2. Let's take a look. 6 workers versus 4 now. And Hurricane, he's looking for that Medevac. He doesn't want that Medevac to escape here. He has such a good sense at, like, the speed of that Medevac. And, oh my god, he's actually... No! Alright. Oh, that is so unlucky. Just barely out of the range to use that, to have the A move latch on, latch onto the Medevac there. Oh, that is so unfortunate. And now the Phoenix... Alright, not getting destroyed, luckily for him. Oh my god, I cannot believe this Medevac is still alive. Look at it go. That's the happiest medevac pilot I've seen for a long time. Alright, drop coming in at the same time. Dream pushing across the map with these forces through the middle. And doesn't really want to fight at a ramp area, I would say, against this amount of sentries. But you know what, there is quite an open area over here that he could utilize. Also still has that single medevac here. Could attempt another drop here. Maybe a multi-pronged drop. Ooh, the Oracle already scouting out this medevac though. Does Hurricane respond? Stimming forward, trying to deal with this. The Observer in a good position. The drop, it's getting closer and closer to the main base. Dream engaging here, maybe just to kind of pull the attention away. And that drop is kind of awkwardly placed, but a quick warp in and a quick pull away as well from Hurricane here. Luckily for him, he did have his gateways ready to go. And this position actually, wow, it's working very well against the Zealots. Trading out rather nicely. Ah, status trap immediately getting all those Marines and Marauders. Absolutely horrible position now for Dream. That is not going to be what he wants to have happen. Alright, here we go. Time to witness the slaughter at hand. And oh my god, that's a lot of them still escaping here. I did not expect that. A quick pull away, a quick stim. You know what? They might still be taken out. No, they're okay. Yeah, they are. Okay, Hurricane. Getting all the right moves here. Being able to shut Dream down on most of the fronts. Not taking too much damage at all whatsoever. Let's take a look at the units lost tab. Yeah, that's quite heavily in favor for Hurricane here. Almost doubling the unit lost tab for Dream in resources and value. This aggressive playstyle, of course, can be a little bit dangerous if you don't manage to do the damage that you're looking for. Couple of Zealots here as well, just waiting for that fourth base of Dream to be established. I'm kind of curious to see which fourth base location Dream really wants to establish. Ooh, that's a nice pick off there. Not allowing Hurricane to get that quick fourth base. Well, at least not as quick. It's still going to be constructed, of course, but a nice little bit of a delay. Realizing things are safe now, just putting it down. There's another Widowmine here. Oh, that's the one that just moved along there. Very nicely played by Dream. As Dream actually finding an opening here where Hurricane is not in position. He only has a singular... Oh, no, actually he has two Colossi. Never mind. I thought it... For a moment I thought he only had half the army there, and then I realized, you know what... that's not true. But then again, Dream also splitting up his forces here. Trying to get something working. Oh, a Widowmine drop might still be able to get some work done. 2 Widowmines going off. There we go. 13 workers killed. As a Dream, it looks like he's absolutely everywhere. Dealing with the Zealot run by as well. There's 2 more Zealots waiting for that fourth base here. Is 2. And you know what? He's already getting the Ghosts up and ready to rumble. As Hurricane is only now about to finish up with those Storm upgrades. I guess it's just a singular Storm upgrade. Luckily you don't need multiple upgrades to gain Storm. I guess maybe if you call a building an upgrade, but you know what, most people don't. So let's not do that myself. Alright, this could be a big engagement right here. A big posturing. I think Dream should be able to hold off against this, especially with this spread that he has. And the Ghost there as well, of course. I'm just a little bit terrified of this fourth base location. Yeah, that's the one. If he forces Dream to go into this army, I don't think Dream really has the stuff to deal with this. But yeah, Dream cannot really afford to have that fourth base cancelled. Actually, it does get cancelled. He's just going to sack it. It's probably still the best choice here that is available to him. Oh, he's making me very anxious here. It's trying to deal with the... Oh, my dear lord. He's completely grouped up this time around. Alright, EMPs are coming down, but can he still hold? Can he split it in time? It looks like he might just barely have enough forces. He needs to kill off the Colossi, though. Oh, the Archon also right on top of all those SCVs. You know what? Dream might hold right here, but at what cost? Quite a lot of workers going down. 18 workers here. Trying to go for a flank as well, apparently, with a single... Oh my god! Terran force fields. Guys, this is Terran force fields. Stalker being blocked off by that ghost. Man, if only Dream did that on purpose, that would have been amazing. But oh well. Anyway. Here we go. Disruptor's now out on the field. Dream looking to try and do a little bit of counter damage. Can he just stampede over the Protoss right now on the opposite side of the map? That would be the dream, of course. But the best case scenario, you know what? I'm not even sure if he's going to commit here. He's just looking to establish that 4th base. And overall, now that if he does get this 4th base in position, it looks like it will be a planetary fortress, but overall 66 workers versus 58, not the worst for a Terran player, of course. The thing that is a little bit more worrisome is the upgrades of here. +2 armor and +2 weapons for Hurricane and +1 for Dream only available. Dream has been skimping out on those, trying to gain more forces, trying to get ahead in that sense. It hasn't really been paying off so far. Now, you know what, it's going to just be incredibly hard for him to start fighting against the gateway unit still. Although, you know what, Hurricane is going for a very tank-heavy army, so it's less important, I suppose. Like, the Disruptors are still going to one-shot pretty much everything, no matter what the upgrades are. Storm's still going to be able to do quite a lot of damage, I believe. It doesn't really mitigate due to armor upgrades, because it is, of course, a spell. A ability. And then I guess only the Colossi, and then the Colossi also, again, like, just those big sweeps aren't really going to be able to do anything. Oh my god, Dream managing to pull away from there just in the nick of time. Going on the right side here as well. These forces looks like they will be lost, but trying to trade out as efficiently as possible still, though, against those Zealots. Being able to do quite a nice little bit of damage, and picking up quite a couple of those units as well. Ooh, nice EMP here, intercepting the reinforcements. There are 2 Storms available, though. Alright, both of them kind of trading out their health points there. Well, I guess one's trading out shield, the other one their health points. And, you know what, Hurricane looks like he's going to be able to out-rotate here a little bit. Going in with just a couple of Zealots. Making life difficult. Although with the EMP ready to roll. Okay, yeah, there we go. Hurricane realizing you pulled a bit too much to that base right now. And now I'm going to punish you quite severely here. Oh, Disruptors as well. Beautiful split though. Incredible split, I have to say. But one more Disruptor shot remaining here. Coming in right now. Can he do it again? Yes, he can. Does Dream have enough of the army here? It looks like the army supply is going into his favor. He needs one EMP right over here. I don't think he has the energy though. Trying to come in with a flank. Is he going to lose the 3rd base as well? That would be absolutely insane amount of damage, of course. We just need that single one EMP to hit, but I don't think he has the forces. Look at the micro going on from Dream. From both fronts, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. And alright, there is the EMP finally managing to connect to those High Templar. A lot of work is going down, but this entire army of Hurricane will fall. And that is going to give the opportunity perhaps for Dream to start pushing across the map again one more time here. He needs to get damage done. He has only 35 workers. Luckily for him, he does have this base as well. So, I mean, he's still on 3 base versus 4 base overall. But, oh my god, if he kills off this base, I think he may be in the best spot right now that he could be. Does he have the forces though? Of course, he would be in a better spot if he didn't lose those 2 bases, but needs to get himself... Oh, massive EMP there, beautifully connecting on most of the High Templar. There's still a bit of Storm remaining, and he does manage to take out this base before Hurricane manages to re-establish all the army that he needs to defend against this. Of course, takes quite a bit for the Protoss to remake their entire army. Beautiful EMPs once again. He has the energy this time around. Another EMP hitting, and this might be it actually. GG is called. Dream just rolling over. Hurricane here, absolutely magnificent. That was something else. Once again, Dream somehow, someway just managing to hold on. Making Hurricane overextend a little bit there, and the counterattack is absolutely devastating there. That was quite something. I was very worried about about Dream again, but you know what? Never doubt Dream. As it turns out, he will just kill your army, and then suddenly still have more than enough stuff to kill absolutely everything you hold dear and that you own. So he lost 2 bases, and he's like, you know what, I lost most of my workers, I lost most of my bases. I'm just gonna go across the map and kill you now. I'm just gonna go for it. Here we go. Alright, beautiful EMPs as well. I have to say, those EMPs were sick. They were very sick. Alright, here we go. Another game. Alright, another game, another game. This is game number... Is this already game number 4? I need to think about this. Yeah, no wait, this is game number 5, isn't it? It's 3-1 right now. 3-1. Hurricane losing 3 games so far. Dream only losing 1. I guess I should talk about the winning. Dream winning 3 games. Hurricane only managing to win 1 so far. Yeah, Dream definitely looking like he's outclassing Hurricane here quite a bit. Also, guys, do definitely remember we have a Maturino page. We have a Maturino page. Anyway, we have some cool gear there. We have some cool stuff with the coach you can do. And everything in between as well. Here we go. Here we go. Another time on a new map. Simululu Kalulu. Simululu is the name of this map. In the top left side of the field, we have the red Terran player. He is, well, 2 games ahead right now. 1 more game and he will be on match point. Is he gonna get almost the clean sweep? He is a Dream. And his opponent in the blue, he is the Protoss. He is Hurricane. Still a long road to go for this man. Still needs to find the damage wherever he can. Or make something new happen here. If he still wants to gain the victory here. If he still wants the W for this match, he still has to win 4 games. Against just the 2 games of Dream. Crazy. Oh, is he gonna get the block? No, he isn't. Okay. I thought he was gonna go for the block there for a moment, but then again, that would delay your command center here quite a bit as well. So it's probably better to just let that probe go for now. Get your command center up and rolling in time. This is why I am not good at StarCraft. I just like to focus on those little tiny things, and then I forget about the big picture. The big picture always goes above the little picture. Except for when you are a pro, and then all the tiny pictures become the big picture, of course. As long as you keep in mind what the big picture is. I don't even know what I'm trying to say anymore. Anyway, Hurricane is... what technology tree are you gonna go down this time around? Which technology tree is he gonna be climbing? It's the Twilight Council. And that is quite a nice way of dealing with Terran. I feel like I've seen this quite a bit, of course, from a lot of players. I think Zest is the most known for doing this, I think. Going for the Twilight Council. Normally you would also see a sentry being created, I believe, for being able to scout with those hallucinations. But instead, Hurricane just going to go for the Adept so far, and then afterwards followed up with his, the Stalker. And he's just going to go straight into the Blink play. Okay. And Dream trying his best to gain access to this base, not being able to do so just yet, so... Ooh. Oh, he's still alive, still kicking. Still kicking that little Reaper man. 3 barracks and a factory. So far, no starport yet. Blocking the Adept as well from gaining vision. Does he actually see those 2 barracks? No, he doesn't, so... That is quite a big deal as well, I'd say. This is going to be... Oh, okay, well, now it did get in. It did see everything. It saw the 2 barracks. It saw... Well, it didn't see the engineering bay, but this is going to be quite a big 2-base push quite early on as well with the bioforces that aren't really going to be dealing with... well, Stim, I suppose, very well, because it doesn't have medevacs. Is it going to start the reactor here? He has the money. Oh, I'm missing something. Oh, the Adept. Alright, there we go. And reactor. I am definitely expecting a reactor. I guess it's not going to happen. Alright, never mind. I should have said that a while ago. Anyway. A robotics bay on the way here as well. Hurricane should be able to get away with this amount of greed against this build, I believe. The plus another base. Does he have the fortress? He doesn't have fortress at all whatsoever, so I guess that's kind of where he is skimping. But you know what, it should be okay as long as he doesn't take any damage from this 2-base aggression. With this amount of barracks, actually full barracks already, or 5 barracks, sorry. Now going for the double medevac here as well. So look, it doesn't really have much else. Making the Marauders, making the Marines. It has been scouted by Hurricane a long time ago, so you would say that Hurricane should be okay against this. He should be fully aware. And you know what, as long as he knows how to deal with this, he should be able to deal with it. And seeing how, you know what, good of a player Hurricane is, he should know how to deal with this, I'd say. Blinking aggressively here, it doesn't lose too much just yet. The concussive shell, though, of course, the everlasting threat for the Terran. Oh, my dear lord, alright. Losing 2 Stalkers there, that is quite significant already. 3 Stalkers going down, a 3rd Stalker might hit the floor, yes it does. Oh my god, Dream managing to find the damage here, somehow catching up with those Blink Stalkers. Something I'm never really capable of doing, but... Yeah, that's quite a bit of damage already being taken here by Hurricane. And let's see what the follow-up will be for Dream. 2 more medevacs coming out as well. No 3rd base yet whatsoever. More Widow Mines being constructed. The combat shield. Is he going to wait for combat shield? That would take quite a while, actually. I would like to see him start moving across the map. Maybe it will be done in time, but... yeah, you know what? I'm just worried about the Colossus that are impending. They're coming out pretty soon. Here we go. Once again, a nice stimming forward, catching more Stalkers. Oh my dear lord, another Stalker going down here. Hurricane definitely faltering a little bit here with his micro. As Dream is just gonna go for the main base in. He jumps with most of his medevacs. All his forces are here. Oh, a massive pylon depowerment also. Is he gonna jump right on top of the Colossus so far? Just targeting down more gateway units as he's coming in with more units in the natural. The Widow Mines should not be able to get much done. Alright, that is a nice job so far for Hurricane, I'd say. Although, look at that army supply. That is getting rather scary. 66 versus 36 it was just now. And some of that is, of course, still in the observers here as well. One of them does bite the dust, though. And now double-pronged aggression. Multi-pronged aggression. Coming through for Dream. Beautiful pull away as well here. Look at that. He's so quick on this. He is on absolute fire today. Waiting, being patient, doesn't want to send those units in when they're, you know what, the army of Hurricane is still pretty much anywhere. Hurricane, though, a good read on the amount of forces that Dream had at the top, realizing there must be something coming in from the bottom as well. Sending his Stalkers a good split, but he was just a second too late, so all the forces do manage to get released from those medevacs, as Hurricane is trying to deal with this situation at the top as well. Dream is jumping right on top of those Colossi. Doesn't really have the forces though to do anything with it, but more probes are going down. The drop hasn't been dealt with yet. Alright, there he goes, a good blink forwards. Does Dream still have something to work with on this other side, going in between the forces this time around? Widow Mine's gonna make it more difficult for Hurricane to rotate. And yeah, there we go, there is the Colossi coming through. Should be more than enough here for Hurricane to really deal with this situation, as Dream is just trying to do whatever damage that he can. Rolling back right now, back to his bases, licking his wounds, getting that third base up and rolling as well. I mean, he did an alright amount of damage, I suppose, but you know what, maybe it wasn't really what he was looking for. I mean, this is still quite an imposing army coming through for Hurricane here. Nice retargeting that Widow Mine. Very, very nicely done. Not letting it go off on those Stalkers. Look at that. He's just continuously doing this. Absolutely crazy. And getting more damage for it as well right now. Really, really well done by Dream there. That's not something you see a lot of Terrans do anymore. Well, it's becoming more and more popular, I suppose. But yeah, it's definitely very difficult to do. Have to pretty much be on top of that Widow Mine continuously. As this is happening, 3 Colossi though, poking away at the Bioforces from afar and already dealing quite a bit of damage. As Dream realizes that he's gonna have to sacrifice this base, or either sacrifice his army and the base. Looks like he's going for option B. You know what, it's going to be it. Hurricane just has too much here. I don't care how great Dream is, he's not gonna be able to push this back. GG is called. And yeah, finally Hurricane finding a little bit of footing here in the match, being able to go 3-2 right now with the score. So very, very well done there indeed. Okay, let's see what map choice will be picked next. Again, we have a map choice for Dream. Maybe he just didn't feel like playing a longer game on that map. That could be. You're trying to shut it down with the 2 base push. Nightshade will be the map choice. Alright, Nightshade. Of course, guys, let me quickly mention very briefly, we do have sponsors which make these events possible. So, you know what, we do want to put them in the spotlight whenever we are able. One of them is GameStop. They are working with Matcherino quite a bit, and they are fueling the grassroots of competitive gaming across hundreds of tournaments, and well, not just you know what, stuff like this, but also amateur tournaments where anyone really can enjoy their time as well. So if you are looking to compete here and there, make sure to go to gamestop.com/esports, and you can sign up for free for a couple of tournaments and get yourself some experience. Alright, also, you know what, talking about Matcherino, we do have a Matcherino page. There's a lot of cool stuff there. There's some hoodies, there's some fancy hats as well. You know what, stuff I wish I had, but just don't, unfortunately. Yeah, if you grab the code as well, you will add 50 cents for free to the prize pool as well, giving these players, both of them, because they do share, I think it's like 70-30% or something like that. Oh, that's a little bit too much. There we go. Alright. Yeah, definitely a nice little bit of money will be sent to both these players, and the more money we send, the more likely they will be, of course, to join us again for another, well, night or morning or afternoon, depending on where you are, of StarCraft Gaming. Anyway, game number 6 is right here in the field of Nightshade. In the top left side of the map, we have the blue, the red. I was one step ahead of myself. The red Protoss. A great correction, though. He is Hurricane. Hurricane versus the blue Terran this time around. He is in the bottom right side, as we can see. He is a Dream. So far, if his ultimate build didn't really get scouted out, managing to take the victory. Wait, oh yeah, I did actually put the scores around. I think they changed color, didn't they? Messed up my brain there for a moment. Alright, anyway. I don't even know if they actually did change color. Maybe it's just me being a little bit silly. Either way, let's hear it one more time for these players. Game number 6. Will they be able to make the Dream work? Or will the Hurricane rip out anything that has been constructed here? Nightshade. Quick expos from both these players. Standard builds so far. You know what? Dream has been making it work very nicely with those standard builds. Going for the warp gate as well, of course. Alright. Alright. The standard of standard. Hurricane, really, that was the first game, I suppose, where, you know what, I guess he did still scout out what was coming his way very early on, right? So he managed to just kind of prep for it perfectly. The other game that he won, of course, also kind of was because of being able to see what Dream was doing very early on. And then just kind of being able to deal with it. So it definitely seems like the just gathering intelligence is very important for these players right here. As whoever manages to gain the upper hand in intel so far seemingly to be the person to really take away the victory. So battling for what will be, you know what, the knowledge of what will be coming their way. Continuously taking place here. Hurricane going for the Phoenixes. A smart choice, honestly. Every time that, you know what, he got into trouble, it was because of the early aggression with the Medivacs as well. So the Phoenix is definitely a good choice to help out against this. Blinkstalkers also would have been an okay choice, but as we saw previously, actually, I wasn't too impressed, I have to be honest, with Hurricane's Stalker control there. Don't want to be rude, but that definitely didn't seem like top notch. Maybe there's a little bit of a lag going on for him as well. I don't know exactly, but that would be weird if it was. Anyway, couple of Hellions, 2 of them to be exact, and a Reaper as well. Waiting for the Medivac to be lifted up into that main base. I think, no, actually, alright, that is the plan. It's going to use the Widowmine drop as a diversion, and then potentially try to make something happen in the other base with these Hellions and the Reaper. Already kind of showing that these are here. Maybe he's just trying to cast a diversion with these Hellions and Reapers to give the opportunity for the Medivac to get into that mineral line. But yeah, I mean, I hope Dream doesn't go this way, because the Phoenixes are very, very close here. Alright, nice quick pull away from Hurricane. He's on top of things. Not letting anything bad happen so far. 2 probes do get taken out, but so do the 2 Widowmines in this Medivac. You know what, it's going to be in a little bit of trouble boosting out of there. Oh, this is a nice maneuver actually. Dream, absolutely amazing. Well, I guess it doesn't really kill the Phoenixes, but valiant effort there. Almost killing them. If those Phoenixes were stacked up a little bit more, so that would have been the maneuver there of a lifetime. How did they get in? How in the world did they get in? What in the... How? What kind of black magic voodoo has Dream been doing there? 7 workers going down. Oh my dear lord. Still managing to do some damage there. 9 workers in total. Wow, you know, that's pretty good. That's not too shabby. That's what Dream wants to have happen, of course. Still having that Medivac alive as well. Never lost the Medivac here. Overall, the resources lost, of course, still in favor for Hurricane right here, but it's not that massive. And there's still an opportunity for Dream, of course, to do more economic damage. Killing probes for a couple of units here as the Terran. Even if you do trade inefficiently, it's still going to trade efficiently in the end, because you stop the income as well, of course. And oh my god, no way this is going to live, right? Run! Run, little widow mine, run! Just making life difficult here for Mr. Hurricane. Oh my god, okay, this time around. I almost had a deja vu with the other map where the medevac hit it in the bottom left side. This time around, not gonna happen though. Does get picked off, so finally Hurricane really stabilizing there in the defense against those widow mines. As we are looking for the next maneuver for Dream. He's getting that Ghost Academy very quickly. Widowmine here with the Observer though. Very quick pick off. But, oh, actually, there was in fact a Marine in that bunker picking off a single Phoenix trying to run away there. Dream should realize, because they of course did pick up that that Widowmine, that there is a Observer nearby. At least he should know. He's not going for it yet though. Maybe they didn't put it all together and now he's just busy doing his own thing again. It's so common for he's been going at it again, hasn't he? Yep. Well, I like this, moving the medevac backwards so he has more time for his Widowmine to move away. You know, and mitigating the losses. A sacrificial lamb for the good of the land and the good of the Terran prosperity overall. Third base for Dream finally having been established here. Hurricane though on the other side, getting a lot of technology here, getting a lot of the AoE damage that could bring him the victory. Disruptors on the way, yes, 2 Colossus out as well, Colossi. I don't know why I keep messing up on that. And does he already have a Templar Archive? No, he doesn't. Just the Twilight Council so far. Let's take a look at this vision as well. This is some nice vision to have as the Protoss. He's actually gonna attempt to move out here. Feels like he can take a fight. I'm not sure if he can though. Alright, I think he just saw the reinforcements there moving in on that Observer and realizing, you know what, maybe we shouldn't go in here. Moving back out again. Just playing it safe, yeah, just keep protecting yourself against those medevac drops. And I feel like Hurricane should be okay. Just wait for that inevitable push and just absorb that Terran army as well as you can. He isn't gonna go for High Templar at all this time around. And might be an adjustment after having Dream play that much of the Ghost style. Having great EMPs as well, continuously right on top of the High Templar before they manage to land their Storm. So there might actually be a call for Hurricane to do it this way around. And yeah, I think I kind of admire that. Adjusting mid-series here, going for Disrupt Attack instead. Seeing the entirety of the Ghost count here. Of course, we would want to see Liberators, I believe, for Dream to really try and counteract against this. But so far, this vision for Dream also is pretty nice, sending out a couple of Marines everywhere, wanting to make sure he sees what is coming his way. Now a radar tower joining in the fray as well, helping out as well. It's just this top side right here that can still kind of blindside him quite quickly. Other than that, Hurricane just posturing around on the map, trying to find any Terran units that are out of position. Great EMP though. That could actually already start a big attack coming in here for Dream. I'm not sure if he feels confident against this amount of disruptors though, especially going up or down a ramp. It's going to be quite dangerous. Another disruptor shot. Oh, he's so quick on the move. Moving back though, pulling out of that Protoss army as quickly as he does. trading a little bit here, but he doesn't really have much else room to run for. Alright, yeah, there we go. Putting himself in between those mineral patches. That's going to be very, very difficult to start microing against those disruptor shots. Actually, a brilliant maneuver around here with more of his bioforces. In he comes. Oh, my dear lord. Alright, that was very close. That disruptor shot getting quite a bit of Terran, though. Still, and, you know, the Vikings on the prowl looking for those Colossi, but a quick thinking blink coming out for Hurricane, and the disruptor shots just haven't really been hitting at all whatsoever there. Finally, another hit that is reasonable, but oh my god, disruptors coming in from each and every angle now. It's not looking good for Hurricane, who is trying his best to assemble some sort of a force, is now actually being chased after chasing down Dream for such a long period of time. Dream wants to heal up as much as possible, wait for more energy on those ghosts so he gets his EMPs back. Hurricane, though, a beautiful maneuvering backwards. Both of them not taking any fight that they will, in fact, lose. And, yeah, very, very quick thinking here from both these players, realizing when and when they shouldn't. Oh, my god, finally a massive connection with that disruptor. That might very well make a maneuver possible where this base, the 4th base for Dream, does get taken out. But Dream, though, already on the job, making it very difficult for Hurricane to really commit to a fight there, as he is almost going to lose that base as well of his own. Lifting up more units now. Hurricane, though, that base was, the recall wasn't that far away from the initial place where he was fighting from. Zealots coming in this 3rd base location as well are going to start doing a lot of damage here. In comes Hurricane from the, well, 2 bases. A lot of work is immediately being dealt into oblivion. Nice repair going down, but the disruptors, what? I know. Okay, well, trying to kill off the planetary using those disruptors. Dream is trying to do the same thing here, hitting on multiple sides. There's not enough gateways really to warp in the units that he needs. Hurricane, I mean, he may have taken out the 4th base of Dream, but Dream taking out the 3rd base and what looks like might be the entirety of the 4th base as well. Oh my dear lord, wants to target this down. He's going for it. He's trying so hard. Is it going to get taken out? It looks like it will. And a very nice pickup there. Dream, though, losing quite a lot of his forces. Still, army supply kind of equal. Worker accounts also still kind of equal. But there's still more drops in the main base for Hurricane that he has to start dealing with. And I don't think he has the warp gates ready to warp in more units again. Going for the pylons here, making reinforcing much more difficult now for Hurricane. Alright, this is starting to get rather crazy here in this this time. Do we have the Liberator range upgrade? Yes, alright, it's finally done and rolling. So this is going to help out against those disruptors for sure. Finally a tool to stop those disruptors from just continuously chasing down the Terran army here. Alright, more Liberators. This is a nice place to siege up actually. With those Liberators making it difficult for the Stalkers to jump on top of you underneath the cover of those Colossi. Ooh, another reasonable disruptor hit. More units are being taken out on the right side as well. All the reinforcements is being picked off. Oh my god, that almost killed all the ghosts there. Very, very close, and oh my dear lord. Alright, most of the army now for Dream biting the dust. But a nice pick of managing to get away with most of those ghosts that were there. Is Hurricane gonna get the interception though with those Stalkers? It is still quite possible. Oh my dear lord, this is getting crazy indeed. Now Dream behind us, back on 4 bases again. Hurricane though still trying to re-establish that the 3rd base, the 4th base, not even started yet. So the longer this game keeps going, Dream will be in a better position here. Hurricane, I feel like he kind of wants to make something happen again with those the disruptor count that he has right now. The army's still very dangerous, but I mean Dream looks like, oh yes, he flew over his main base over here in this position. Doesn't want to fall behind too much, and now he's actually quite far ahead. In come the Blink Stalkers. The Disruptors now free to move forwards here. Another Liberator joining in the fray, though. The Disruptor shots are rather massive. And from behind, the Medivacs flew in there a little bit. Unfortunate for Dream. Dream here needs to assemble some sort of a force. He's going to lose his main base again, which is going to allow Hurricane to feel comfortable once more with the amount of bases that he has himself as well. And, oh my god. Alright, a quick pick off on that Disruptor. Oh my dear lord. It was such a ballsy moving backwards there. Ah, this is not a loss that a Dream can afford to take. If he loses this base as well, already this amount of workers going down. Absolutely devastating. As well as Hurricane. This time around, a couple of times we saw Hurricane just overextending a little bit as he thought he could go in for the kill. And then out of nowhere, just suddenly being able to, Dream was able to jump right on top of his opponent and still take down, well, first the army and then suddenly be on the opposite side of the map with the lower amount of forces, benefiting the Terran, of course, when there's not that much technology out, or yeah, heavy tech units. Dream scrambling, trying his best to get these Liberators in a position where he actually stops his opponent from making stuff happen. And the Disruptor shots there just too plentiful. The Stalker's coming in again. I don't think this is gonna last. There we go. Hurricane GG's. Well, no, Dream GG's. I guess Hurricane GG'd as well. That was a good game by him. But anyway, tying up the series here. 3-3. Meaning we will be going into game number 7. Where, well, still definitely gonna go into game number 8 as well. This is rather crazy. These guys definitely very, very closely matched to one another. World of Sleepers has been selected here by Dream. I believe that is the final map we have available in the map pool. After this one, the map pool will reset. And we will be allowing our players to pick any which map they want. So it's definitely going to be a little bit of an advantage to whoever. I guess it really isn't it? I guess the advantage just kind of goes to whoever wins this map right now. As it usually is. As per usual. Alright, go, 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 go. Good luck, good luck. Have fun, have fun. One more. Well, again, game number 7. Crazy. A crazy amount of games here, guys. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens now. Can Hurricane make it work again on the incredible comeback here? As he did definitely fall behind a little bit. But, yeah. Dream just not really holding on to his cards well as he did in the previous rounds. Here we go. Let me do this first. And then I will take a quick sip of my drink. There it is. Ah, alright. Now I can rasp my voice again a little bit without hurting myself. In the top right side of the map we have the blue Terran player. He had quite a nice lead at 3-1 and now it's suddenly 3-3 again. Can he manage to make some stuff work one more time? Or 2 more times to be exact to start winning this entire series, but we're gonna have to wait and see. His name is Dream. And his opponent in the bottom left, it's the red Protoss. He has gotten quite a bit of momentum right now. He is Hurricane. Alright. Okay. Again, no proxies from either of these players so far. Might still see a Starport proxy. Might still see a Stargate proxy. Might see some other stuff being proxied still, but you know what? It's looking less and less likely as time continues onwards here. I guess the Starport thing could still happen, of course. With a couple of Hellions being ferried back into that main base. Worked out absolutely lovely last time for Dream. Wondering to see if we are gonna have that happen one more time now. It's gonna go for a factory, yep. as both these players are establishing their bases. We're gonna get a glimpse into the mind of Hurricane as we see him put down whatever technology he wants to right here. Is he gonna go for the same Phoenixes again against the drop play? No, actually, this time around, again, the Twilight Council. Honestly, on a map like World of Sleepers, I would expect the Stargate a little bit more so, because it is such a massive map. It feels like the mobility of the Stargate units just is very beneficial in these situations. Is Dream actually trying to kill off a pylon here? Or is he just trying to get that Adept out to play? And scouting around, doesn't want to commit a Reaper just yet, just trying to figure out kind of what technology is being thrown down. Not really being able to find it so far, so going back around again. He's trying to juke this Adept here. And very well done, but of course there's a Stalker now, ready to take the mantle of the Reaper Keeper? Reaper Keeper? Let's call it a Reaper Keeper. One kill there, nicely done. And also seeing the Twilight Council, of course. So, getting most of the stuff, what he wanted to have happen. And, yeah, here we go. Hellions are being constructed. There is a starport as well, so a medevac on the way. Again, we're going to see the Hellion drop, but it's not proxied, so it's going to take a while before it gets there. Also, of course, Hurricane scouting the Hellions here with the Adept. Not sure if Dream will be able to do the damage this time around with those Hellions, as Hurricane is painfully aware of what is going to happen and what's going to be coming his way. This Adept, though, is rather painful as well here for Mr. Dream. Dream needs to get those low SCVs out of there, as the Adept is just being an absolute pain. Oh my god, losing a Hellion here as well. Things are falling apart here for Dream. Dream, though, I mean, he still has some potential, some something to make this work with. Is he going to elevate both the Widowmines and the Hellions into the bases here? Maybe, you know what? Maybe if he drops the Widowmines over here to walk them into the main base, as he... Oh my god, the Stalker, though, being able to scout this out. Needs to hide those Hellions. Alright, okay, drop the Widowmines here. Yes, drop them here. Just drop them. It's okay, you can do it. Oh man, alright. Sorry, I'm trying to read his mind, but didn't work out that time around. Now he's going to try to get these Hellions into the base as well. There they go. So it's a little bit desynchronized, I'd say, but you know what? The Hellions still being able to get in here. 3 Hellions still enough to one-shot probes. 5 probes going down there, lining up now as well. Alright, there's the Stalkers though. 10 workers going down. That is quite a significant amount of damage. 12 workers in total. Let's see if that medevac... The medevac didn't manage to escape. But still though, that is a nice amount of damage. Definitely 100% worth it for Dream. Unfortunately, the medevac didn't manage to escape. But in the end, he managed to do his job. And that was the important part. Again, this is... I don't know how he keeps doing this, but he keeps getting the 2 kills on the gas. Like, whenever I try anything like that, I get 0 kills because of the probe going back into the gas, and then it's just shooting the gas guys there, and I'm just there like, alright, well, I guess I'm an idiot. That's a lot of Stalkers though, ready to pounce right on top of this. There's a Observer here as well. Did they already shoot? I don't even know. There's a lot of SCVs now having to be pulled. Not too many of them going down yet, though. The Marauder's doing quite a nice bit of damage on those Stalkers. Oh, there's the Observer. There it is. Man, that's crazy. Crazy long-distance observing going on there. And Dream attempting it again with the same location with these Widowmines. Let's pick off the new one, but I'm not even sure if this... Yeah, he's still... I think he still sees the Widowmines here, using this Observer. So, yeah, Hurricane gonna attempt again, trying to take out these, the Widowmines. And you know what? Ooh, both of them going down? No, no, one of them survives. But, pretty much none of these Stalkers go down either, so... Rather nice job. What is this Widowmine here? Sneaky little Widowmine waiting for a probe transfer, it looks like. Doesn't look like it will get too many kills. Just wants them to stack up a little bit more. Alright, 3 kills. Never mind. Alright, it's quite a nice lucky trade there. Probe movement being a little bit unfortunate there. Another medevac going down though. And I mean, I admire Dream, his persistence with those Widowmine drops, but starting to get a little bit worried here. To the overall amount of units that he is sending out here. Oh my dear lord. Alright, luckily he did drop those units out on the ground here. The Stalker's trying to intercept, but being met by quite a nice Bioforce that's already out and ready to fight. Charge on the way, +1 on the way as well. So far, Dream having a bit of an upgrade advantage here. But that third base, of course, being quite a bit later than the one of Hurricane. Hurricane going to be able to get a nice bit of economy. And this is kind of the timing window, right, for Dream, where he does want to start moving out on the map. Maybe get some sort of damage dealt before that real 3 base economy starts kicking in here for the Protoss. Alright, already having blinked forward with those Stalkers. Trying to jump on a single Marine here. Being punished ever so slightly. Oh, I'm sorry. And this Bioforce distracting Hurricane by quite a bit as 2 medevacs trying to go past on the bottom side. It has been spotted though. Look at that, already having these Stalkers there, having the Zealots there. Dream realizes he's been figured out and just dropping right on ahead. Is he looking for that Observer? He might be. But yeah, nice positioning there from Hurricane. Isn't going to allow that Observer to be taken down. I could get a 4th base denial though. Good quick cancel coming out of Hurricane as well. And you know what, Dream may have had the forces there. If he had really good splitting, he may have been able to jump on top of this. But it looks like he's gonna try to assemble his forces into one force here. And then potentially hit this location as the Stalkers are still on the bottom. Although, well, yeah, that's still quite a bit of Protoss over here. It looks like Hurricane, his spidey sense is tingling. It looks like the amount of scanning is making him realize, you know what, it looks like he's just coming my way over there on the top with everything he's got. And that's some great game insight there from Hurricane. And another time, the 4th base does get cancelled though, so very nicely dealt with by Dream so far. Who's not overextending himself either. This Observer realizing that there is a 3rd base now. The 4th base is going to get constructed on the low ground here. As Dream is just kind of toying right now with his opponent. 2 more medevac coming through. Seeing that there's reinforcements there. Doesn't want to commit to that location. Dream getting off a couple of Zealots. I mean, this is going to be a much more difficult base to take down. But, of course, it might give the opportunity for Dream to come in here in the 4th base or the 3rd base location. And start dealing with that one instead. Being pushed back there. He's going to push back into that 4th base. Going back and forth. This is the power of the Terran, of course. The mobility at its finest. As he's making Hurricane try and split up his forces. And maybe let Hurricane make a couple of mistakes with splitting up his forces. If he pulls a couple too few Stalkers, he's going to lose that 4th base. If he pulls too many, he might very well lose the 3rd base here. And also those Colossus as well. With the Disruptors there. Hurricane coming in on the top left side. Dream could potentially get a massive flank going here, but his force is actually a little bit too far away. Hurricane already jumping right on top of this force. Very nicely dealt with. But, oh my dear lord, in come the massive amounts of forces still for Dream. A quick recall coming through. Does Hurricane have enough still to deal with this? I don't know. It looks like Dream is committing to this. I'm not sure if this is a mistake. There's more Protoss coming in from above, and it looks like definitely a little bit of an overcommittal there from Dream, as Dream is looking to just retreat as quickly as possible now. And more units are getting scrambled here. Hurricane dealing all the damage that he can. Trying to get on top of the reinforcements, but that's too much reinforcements there for Hurricane. As things are gonna look very, very dicey here very quickly for Dream. I feel like 95 army supply versus 78. That's not the greatest. Reasonable EMPs with the... Oh, no, no, no! My god, that was massive. Alright, that was... that might be it. That might be the ceiling ticket here for Hurricane. The Planetary Fortress, it's a good structure, I admit, but, I mean, Hurricane can just go and rotate into this base as well if he really wants to. Of course, that would mean he's committing to that, because there's no easy way out. He already used recall, so he's not going to be able to retreat that way. Coming in again on top of that Planetary Fortress, the SCV's a little bit slow with repairing. Reasonably good force shields here, and oh, those disruptor shots just forcing the bioforces away. Staying out of this fight for a really long time, and the Planetary Fortress still stands. 14 SCVs though, going down rather quickly. And let's see, does Hurricane still have the forces? Sending in a couple of zealots in that to that third base. A brilliant maneuver here. And just continuously using those disruptors very, very nicely. It definitely looks like it took Hurricane a little bit to warm up, but now that he has warmed up, it's looking very, very scary for Dream here. Once again, as he's about to lose the third game in a row. Trying his best to hold on somehow, some way. Can he make it happen one more time? We've seen him do this before, but this time around, I'm not sure if it's going to happen. Just 80 army supply versus 54. And there's still the Warp Prism available. There's still a lot of Archons now being warped in. I guess that is a reasonable choice. I'm not sure if I like it that much, just because of the amount of ghosts that are still out. But I don't think it matters too much anyway anymore. And oh my god, I guess there goes the ghosts. I guess that's the perfect maneuver. And GG is called. Hurricane taking another game. Massive disruptor shots going left, right and center. Being able to take down the whatever Hurricane, well, whatever Dream was throwing at him. Very well played there by Hurricane. And that means he's gonna go onto match point first of all. And Dream deciding to go for Zen once again. Here we go. Alright, game Zen will be the choice. Back to the map that he picked beforehand as well. Reasonable choice indeed. Gonna have to wait and see if he is still gonna be able to tie up this series one more time. Honestly, when it was 3-1, I thought Dream had this one in the bag. I thought it was gonna be one-sided, and then out of nowhere, Hurricane just completely throwing me off and throwing Dream off, I suppose, as well. Good luck, good luck. Have fun, have fun. Of course, guys, remember we have a Matcherino code. It's just above the chat. If you go to the link, grab the code with you, APS132. Fill that in on the website. You will be adding 50 cents for these players. And of course, if we all do that, it's going to be amazing. We're going to have some nice little bit of extra dough for these players to hand out. And of course, I should also mention we have sponsors. Without them, it would not be possible, these types of events. Let me go over it quickly here. 24-hour fitness. Bring your friends to get your results. Of course, working out is a lot more fun with your friends as well. 24-hour fitness, as the name implies, is open 24 hours a day. And you know what? Whenever the motivation strikes you, you will be able to go over there and do the thing. All right. Anyway, 24-hour fitness lets you help achieve the dream body that you desire. Here it is. In the top right, we have on match points the red Protoss player. He is Hurricane. And in the bottom left side, his opponent. He was ahead for quite a while of this series, and then out of nowhere, he started losing his momentum. Can he still make it happen though? Can he still eke out 2 more victories? He has one time on the map Zen, his, well, what looks like a very favored map for him. And then one more time on a map choice for Hurricane. He is the Blue Terran. He is a dream. Dream. Alright. We are looking at a quick Nexus for Hurricane. He did make the Cybernetics call beforehand. Of course, previous time around on Zen, he did face against that proxy barracks. And probably just wants to be safe against that this time around too. Just in case. Wanting to make sure that nothing too bad is happening early on. Because that was definitely the reason why he was losing that later on in the game. I believe the Reaper got like a crazy 4 kills or something like that. Which is absurd. Absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, this Reaper obviously isn't going to be able to get that amount of kills, as it is going to have to walk across the map all this time. And the Adept will be ready this time around. And wait, what? That's interesting. Alright, a Reaper looking for proxies here, it seems. It's a bit of a quick turnaround actually going for that probe. Finding the Adept as well. I guess he was looking for the probe here. He knew that it was moving that side. One single Adept now in the natural base. Denying the construction of the command center here. Rather nicely done. And getting into the main base as well. A little bit too quick with lowering that supply depot. And, alright, still does manage to get it though before taking any losses. Second Adept is looking like it wants to do the same thing. But after seeing what happened to his buddy, you know what, deciding not to. Going back the other way around. Blink Stalker will be the technology route here for Hurricane. He does have the Sentry available as well, ready to hallucinate anything so he can start scouting around. Dream. Looks like he is going to attempt again with the Widow Mine drops here. Best way for the Terran, of course, to try and eke out in the early parts of the game here. Not being able to kill off a probe there, unfortunately, but still manages to see what is what. There's the hallucination. So hallucinated Oracle, so you know it might cause a little bit of a stir here, but Dream realizing that it is in fact a hallucination. Of course, after scouting the Twilight Council, that's a good read by him. Ooh, he's gonna get that probe, trying to get the third base constructed. So, you know what, nice little maneuver that with that singular Hellion. Being able to delay that by a little bit here. Might even be able to delay it further, but no, going into the natural base, dropping both Widow Mines here. And killing off a Stalker and a probe. Is he going to be able to get out as well? That would be absolutely bonkers. Hurricane trying to close the box on the other side of the medevac. But the medevac realizing, so good maneuvering, good reading of the situation there by Dream. Moving out the other side. Bunker being thrown down, more barracks and the gateway, a single Raven as well. We haven't seen the Raven tech coming out of Dream that much yet, so I'm very interested in seeing what he's planning to do with this. If it is meant for some sort of a push, or if he just wants to be safe against any Dark Templar. Of course, brief time around on this map, we saw Hurricane as well going for the Dark Templar. I'm not completely sure if he's going to do this again though. It would be rather strange, wouldn't it? Just going for Dark Templar just because it's on the map Zen. Yeah, I would have a hard time believing that would be the case. Hurricane really trying his best to find those anything really that might be anywhere on the map here. Trying to find those. Ooh, that's a nice pick actually. Quite a nice maneuver there for Dream. I guess he didn't really have much to do with it. It was kind of lucky how Hurricane just kind of pathed that observer into his base. But you know what? you take what you can get in these types of situations. Alright, what else are we missing? Let's see, that's a lot of gateways coming down. Charge is on the way as well. No Templar Archives just yet. And no Ghost Academy just yet. Of course, Dream is still not on that third base, still not being constructed. It's going to add 2 more barracks here. It looks like, again, he's going to opt for that very aggressive 2-base play. Hurricane painfully aware, though, that this is coming his way. And auto turrets actually being utilized here, killing off a couple of workers. As we are seeing one Widow Mine, almost being picked off in the middle of the map. Nice force field, making great use of the terrain here, actually. But a smart, quick pickup there by Dream and forcing the recall there. Oh, the Warp Prism also completely out of position. Very, very quick thinking there, realizing there weren't that too many Stalkers to shut down the Medivacs as he's dropping on top of that. It was very smart by Hurricane, but again, a quick reaction and a quick reading of that situation from Dream. Dream coming in here. Widow Mines are burrowed. That's a lot of Stalkers and a lot of force fields, but the force fields actually, you know what, they're running dry. Dream just kind of needs to micro against the Zealots, not get hit by his own Widow Mines, and he might very well be able to just target down the Immortal. There he goes. This could very well rotate into the favor for Dream. Is it though? Oh, the Bioforces are dwindling. He just doesn't have enough here. For a moment I thought he was going to be able to beat Victorious there, but actually, you don't see this very often, but the Stalkers being victorious against those Marauders. I guess there were 2 more Widow Mines here at the bottom as well. There is still the Raven in the middle over here too. I think gathered 5 kills so far. Another sentry biting the dust, and again standing at this location, making it very difficult for Dream to start pushing through here. Very, very well done, and somehow Hurricane rotating with his opponent. Or maybe Dream rotating with his opponent. Yes, there is a Warp Prism coming through on the bottom of the map. Alright, the Warp Prism will be able to completely go uncontested there. And this makes Hurricane realize that he doesn't really have to start pushing into this location just yet. He can have some time, let Dream move backwards and then start pushing in here. As he's doing quite a bit of damage with this drop. Look at that. That's a massive amount of Zealots suddenly in the main base. And yeah, this main force for Hurricane might be taken out, but look at that. 27 workers. An incredible display of force for Hurricane. As he's just comfortably sitting on 49 workers versus 34 right now. Cleaning up the middle area here as well. And Dream, you know what? Auto turrets are pretty good. But that's an incredible quick pull away here for Hurricane. Only letting 1 worker die in this situation. Doesn't really have anything to deal with this Raven, but I don't think he even has to. The Warp Prism's still here as well. We would love to see maybe a Widow Mine or maybe a Viking, anything really. I guess a couple of Marines might do the trick as well here. Targeting down the Warp Prism, there we go. Okay. You know what? I'm very, very worried here for Dream. I'm not sure if this is still a winnable position, but you know what? He only is on his last life here. 1 more loss and he will lose this series, and that would be so... Well, it would be kind of sad for him, of course, after being able to get quite a dominating lead. Just losing... well, what is it? 4 games in a row, basically, afterwards. Just never really finding his footing again. After his initial success in the earlier part of this series. A lot of it was on the back foot of early damage being dealt. And Hurricane definitely seeming like he has kind of secured himself in a way, right? Kind of mitigating whatever kind of damage could be taken there, right? This push through the choke can do quite a bit actually. Dream, He has a significant lead in army supply, 88 versus 56. He might still be able to make something happen here. Massive EMP going on top of those Stalker forces. They need to retreat as quickly as possible. As Dream, it looks like he's winning on both fronts. The Disruptor actually killing off both his own stuff, and this base is definitely gonna fall. Dream, somehow, some way, managing to pull back here. My dear lord. After losing that many workers, still just marching across the map once again and managing to take another victory. Tying up the series one more time. And that means we're going to go into the ace match. It will be the final map choice, though, of course, for Mr. Hurricane, who can have the final map pick. What map pick will it be? That's the question here on everyone's mind, of course. Dream versus Hurricane. One more time, guys. We got one more game. Ephemeron will be the choice. We are going to make this map as quickly as possible. As we've already been going for a good 2 hours here. These players have been giving it their extreme everything that they have. Alright, the final time inviting these players into the lobby. Let's see if we can have them be beating each other into a pulp one last time in a nice, lovely macro game. It is 4-4 now, just checking, just checking. Guys, this is the last time I can actually mention we do have a Matcherino page where you can buy some lovely gear, some lovely Alpha X gear if you do want to support us. There's a tip jar as well for casters. If you feel like I did a good job so far, I might scuff it up still. So yeah, hold off on that one for a little bit here. Is that Zest in chat? No, probably someone else, right? Must be, I think. I don't even know. Anyway, yeah, go and check out the Matcherino, guys. We would absolutely love you for it if you help out these players with the codes and everything. Dream, oh my dear lord, you naughty little boy. Anyway, in the top left side of the map, we have a blue Protoss player looking for the match points. Can he do it? He is Hurricane. His opponent on the bottom right side, he is the naughty little boy moving his SCV across the map here. Is he going to do the same Reaper opening, or is he actually going to go for something else this time around? He is a Dream. I do believe both of these players are actually on the same team. I haven't really mentioned this before. I like to do a little bit of research on the players before we start. I didn't really have the time to do so, unfortunately, today. But, you know what? Oh, my dear lord. Alright, there it is. There is the barracks coming down on the opposite side of the field. A refinery as well. Second barracks on his own side of the map, making things look less suspicious. Hurricane, though, opting not to go for the scout this time around. And, you know what? That might come and bite him in the buttocks later on. Right here. Oh, boy. In the behind. Right, one probe looking to make that wall off against the Reaper. And a tech lab being thrown down on this barracks. It is looking to be a Marauder build. Grouped up with a couple of those Marines as well. A quick Marauder build. Probably most likely going to get that concussive shell upgrade as well. Just waiting for him to add it into the production. There it is. Okay, this could be rather dangerous for Hurricane very quickly. Hurricane so far, he does have the single gateway. He's going to be able to start a single gateway unit. Is it going to be a Stalker, Adept? That's going to be one of the bigger things. Alright, an Adept. Adept might be able to escape the Marauder, of course, a little bit easier with that concussive shell upgrade than the Stalker. So it might be a little bit easier for Hurricane here to start messing up those units. But still, it's very, very dangerous. It's going to get very dicey. These Marines, 2 more SCVs being pulled as well. He's going to start building bunkers very shortly here at the front of Hurricane's base. Hurricane adding the Stargate as well. And now sees these 2 Marauders. That must be quite a scare that he just received here. Running the probes back into the main base. The bunker is going to go down. 1 Stalker here. I'm not sure if it's going to be able to shoot from the high ground on top of this bunker. If it is, then that's definitely a little bit misplaced, but... Alright, there it is, a bunker on top of the high ground as well. Dream is just gonna go for it, walling off his opponents here. He's not gonna get really quickly surrounded by those probes. Gunning down the gateway here as quickly as he can. Is he gonna be able to kill it off before another Stalker gets out? No, he doesn't. But then again, nothing else will really be created from here. Void Ray has a desperation Void Ray coming through. The Void Ray might do quite a bit here, but of course with the bunkers there, the Marines still have a place to really move backwards to. The Void Ray and the 2 Stalkers might be the only way for Hurricane to make this still as somewhat of a game. As he just lost most of his technology. He still has that second base as well. There is the Void Ray. Wants to target down the Marines as quickly as possible. The Marines need to get inside of the bunkers. And there we go. The Void Ray might actually be able to mitigate quite a bit here. As Dream realizes, you know what, I need to start taking down this second base. As the one thing I can still do. He won't be able to break him anymore from this point onwards. But he's still going to be able to take out that natural base. Actually, the Void Ray goes down. That is insane. I didn't really think the Void Ray would go down, but an Oracle coming in behind, taking over. He's targeting down Marauders instead of the Marines, and that is gonna be it. I feel like GG is called. Hurricane falling. And yeah, just a little bit of miss micro with that Void Ray losing it. I never really thought he would lose that Void Ray, but yeah, wow, alright. That means Dream is successful. Finally, the final game. Oh, the balls on this guy, man. That's crazy. He just asked, is this the final game? Is it 4-4 right now? Is it? Yeah, alright. Let me just do this then. I'm tired of this series. And GG is called. Very well played there by Dream. GG's indeed all around. Hurricane not scouting that one around that time. Not sending out his probe, looking for any type of a proxy, and immediately getting punished. Very unfortunate for him. Anyway, guys, this is your last chance to fill in that code, of course, for the Matcherino page. Dream, oh my dear lord, somehow still managing to be victorious. It was looking very dire there for a moment, and you know what? It was a roller coaster, wasn't it? Everything going back and forth. 2 comebacks taking place in total this entire Best of 9 series. What a couple of games. Absolutely amazing. And you know what? We can only thank these players for joining us today and giving us these great matches. Thank you so much, guys. Also you, of course, thank you so much for watching and joining us today. We are Alpha X overall. We do a lot of tournaments. We do a lot of matches and everything else in between. I'm Kozan. You can follow me on Twitter if you really want. Over here it's at reallykozan or at AlphaXSC2. I believe that's our Twitter, right? Yeah, AlphaXSC2. That's our Twitter too. It's also in that little message box there above the chat. Anyway, thank you all for watching. We will be back later on tonight with another tournament. It will be a little bit of a more NA and EU tournament. It will start at... I'm questioning it now. It might be 8 o'clock or it might be 7 o'clock. One of those. I'll tweet about it, alright? I'll tweet about it. So if you want to know about that one, definitely go and hit me up on that Twitter. Anyway, thank you so much, guys. That was it. Have a good one. Bye-bye.